Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about education. I want to say in November, a girl who I used to go to secondary school with. Also, ignore that you can see my clothes here. Ignore that. I'm getting doors, I don't know when, hopefully 2021 soon come, she'll have doors on there, so just ignore that. Focus on Harry if you can. But anyway, I was messaged via Instagram DM by a girl who I used to go to school with in secondary school. I believe she's like an assistant teacher, or she's in a school basically. She works in a school. Okay, so she has a thing called focus students. I tried looking up and researching into it, but I couldn't find a lot. So she approached me and she says, "Hi Janelle, hope you're well. Just wanted to ask what course you did and where, if you don't mind. I have a student in year 11 who likes to be a makeup artist and doesn't know how to go about it." And one of the things was this girl was unsure about how to apply and whatnot, and you know, like the ins and outs of like college and whatnot, and stuff like that. And I don't know if she has spoke to her placement tutor. I'm not too sure. I don't really know the girl. I don't know the year 11 girl is what I'm trying to say. So I thought, you know what, this could be a good video idea, because it's like the makeup and hair and beauty industry as a whole is a growing business. It's always a growing business, and also it's a multi-billion pound, dollar, euro, whatever you want to call it, industry. And also I think we've grown so much as an industry in the years as well when it comes to anything, you know. So I thought, why not just do a video about education, where I got to and stuff like that. I don't know what my arms were doing. Thought I'd start off with college. So I'm gonna show you guys how I got into college. You know, the girl who messaged me was the reason why I wanted to start this, and the year 11 student wanted to know how to get into college and stuff like that for makeup artistry. But yeah, I have my book, which my friend, my soul sis Shanae, got me for Christmas, and in here I wrote my notes on this topic. So first and foremost, I just want to put it out there so everybody knows. So I studied 5 years at University College Birmingham, aka UCB, which is in Birmingham City Centre. I studied level 2, right there. Had to get these folders out for you guys. Hope you appreciate that because they're heavy. So I did BTCT level 2 diploma in hair and media makeup. I have 2 diplomas for college, and so that was the first diploma. My second diploma is in level 3 BTCT theatrical special effects hair and makeup. Yeah, and then for university I still studied at UCB, but I did a foundation degree and I did a bachelor's with honours in specialist hair and media makeup. So anyway, I'm going to talk to you guys about the college bit, and then in a part 2 I'll talk to you guys more about like the university side. I'm just going to make this into a little series as well. So first things first, it was open days. So open days, you can find pretty much anything at open days, and also when you're in year 10 you start to talk about sixth form and college and stuff like that. So in the UK we have sixth form, which is studies like A levels and stuff like that, so you know, like English, science, history, X, Y, and Z. And then you have like college, so you can do like BTEC, which is mostly what they do in college and whatnot, which is technically what I did. And everyone always bullies BTEC people because it's like, at the end of the day you're still gonna get the same equivalent as an A level. So if anybody tries to bully about BTEC, it's still the same thing. You're still getting a diploma / qualification. At the end of it, it's the same thing. So I had my open day in October. They normally do open days in October and I think January. Don't quote me about the January one, but I'm pretty sure they do open days in October. It is a bit nerve-wracking. I went by myself. That was my first grown-up adventure at the age of 16. Sorry, I'm gonna keep referring back to my notes. If you see me looking down, I'm looking at my little notes. So you have an open day, and obviously with any open day they just show you around like the establishment, so you know where you're gonna eat, your like the library, classrooms, reception area, X, Y, and Z. And also UCB have, I think they have 3 campuses, they might be 4, I'm not too sure, but basically at the time we had Richmond House, Summer Row, actually I don't know what I'm called, McIntyre House. But predominantly when you're level 2, especially if you're in sports, I want to say social care, and also in, you know, the beauty bit. So the beauty umbrella covers like beauty, obviously, hair and makeup. You predominantly in Richmond House and stuff like that. I think some of the sports students in level 3 were in Summer Row, but enough about that. So yeah, there's 3 houses. So predominantly in the beauty bit, you were in Richmond House. Richmond House was old, guys. It was like, I remember this one time at band camp.
Because this one time at band camp,
we were in this lift. There was about 6 of us in this lift. These lifts will always break. We were on the top floor and there were 7 floors, including the basement. And it dropped from the 6th floor, which we were all in, and it dropped down to the basement. We don't need to go to no haunted tower mansion, whatever they have at Disneyland now. We've already been on it. Back to the story. Within, obviously, this open day, they show you PowerPoints, they show you like videos, pictures, and also previous students' work as well to show you what they did. They also show you more of the facilities that you would go into if you went to university, level 3 as well, and stuff like that. And so yeah, I was like, yeah, cool, this sounds good. And also, the reason why I wanted to go into makeup artistry is because I was always such a creative person. My brother's a very creative person. Me and my family, we're very fiddly. We're always doing something with our hands and stuff like this. So, and I was always interested in photography, film, and art and stuff like that. And so was like, and also music. And also, so was my brother, and my granddad was a musician. So, and my dad is a carpenter, so you know, we're always doing something creative, we're always making something and doing something. So yeah, that's where it stemmed from. So yeah, that's just a side note of why I wanted to get into like makeup and stuff. So anyway, after your open day, if I remember correctly, you go onto UCAS and stuff like this, and then, you know, I think you book an interview, or you call them up, or your placement tutor calls them up, you know, can you have an interview? I cannot remember strictly what that is. But yeah, you'd go for your interview. With your interview, I'm pretty sure you would bring your reports in, so like what you've got in the past with your subjects, predicted grades that you would get for your GCSEs and stuff. But also a little thing to point out, I feel like, I could be wrong, but I feel like if you want to get a leg up, take a GCSE that is creative, so film studies, textiles, photography, and art. But if you have anything else, because I know one of my friends, she had like a hair salon in her school, and not bougie, or you know, something just creative, as that gives you a bit of an advantage. For reference, for my GCSEs that I took, you know, we're not including like maths, English and all of that, but I took history, I took film studies, and I took art. So, and also another advantage point is that do bring in some of your stuff as well. So I brought in a couple of my art books and stuff like this, which, you know, that's been marked and stuff like this. So like, just anything really, just to help you, do you know what I mean? Just to kind of show them like, this is what I've done, this is what I could bring to the table. And then afterwards they kind of ask you, you know, why do you want to come to this college, what you know, what inspires you, I guess, and stuff like that. Pretty simple. Right there and then they will say if you've got an unconditional offer or you've got a conditional. So an unconditional offer is basically that regardless of pretty much your grades, you kind of just get in anyway. They just they give you that placement, and if you choose to take it, then, you know, everything's good. So I'm gonna stop this right here. So basically there is actually a lot that goes into an unconditional, but I just basically summarize it how I would view it. But I'm just gonna include pointers for you guys of what an unconditional offer is actually based on, if that makes sense. Sorry. But a conditional offer is literally like you have to reach their grade boundaries that they set for you in order for you to attend that sixth form or college. So yeah, and stuff like that. So I got an unconditional place, thank God.
Hallelujah!
That's loud.
Okay, sorry.
So I'm not too sure when, but obviously I think they take your details and stuff like this, and before like you start your course, they give you a list of things that you need. So it's a kit list. So this involves like hairbrushes, like a hairbrush set, a makeup kit, which just kind of entails like makeup brushes, not really makeup itself but the equipment that you need to perform makeup, so like tweezers as well, scissors, an apron, a makeup belt, and then also you need a uniform. So ours was just black as well. You'll notice that throughout like these videos is that nobody really cared about their uniform. When you were in level 2 and level 3 you took it seriously. When you got to uni, I think it was in like the last year that or like I think in my second year, we just literally wore like whatever, as long as it was black it was fine. For our exams though, we did have to wear like the, you know, the uniform and stuff, but just like you could wear it with black jeans and it'd be fine. But I just thought I'd put that out there. But yeah, you do have to buy yourself a uniform and stuff, and also you had to buy folders. So there was a specific colour that you had to buy of this folder, which would be your portfolio. So for level 2 mine was red. It looks like this. It's quite a hefty boy and stuff, and yes, this took a year. It took a whole year to do, so I'll get more into like the portfolios. My level 3 was a blue one. I don't know why I had to look, but yeah, they preferred you to have like this thing, so obviously you could have your front page and stuff like this. But yeah, I had to transfer my other one because my folder broke. You're probably thinking this is a lot. It was expensive, I cannot lie. I think it was £200. It might have been near £300. However, there is a scheme that they do. I'm not too sure if they do it now. They probably still do, because it is a college. It's not like university where, you know, you could take out a student and you have to buy everything that way. But it was kind of, but in college it was almost like a bursary. They do give you bursary though for like bus passes and stuff like that, for like college meals and stuff like that. You just have to apply for it, send proof and documentation to the financial services at the college, just to prove how much your parents earn and stuff like this, and you'd get it. Then you get a bursary and stuff. But it also applied for your uniform. So I didn't know about this in my first year of college, but I applied for it for my second year in college, which is my level 3, and I got the stuff at a discounted rate. So that's just to put it out there. I don't know if all like colleges do it, so do ask and stuff. One thing I do want to say throughout these videos is that ask questions. It's so important for you to ask questions. That's what they're there for. They're there for you to ask questions, and they're there to answer. So yeah, don't be afraid to just ask, because finances are finances. A pound's a pound, 50p is 50p. If it's gonna save you coin, let it save you coin. Don't be ashamed. Okay, so now that we've got that, we had an induction day. I'm pretty sure there was 3. There was an induction day, and I can't remember what the other 2 were called, but this will follow you out through like every time you start a new year at college or university. You'll get an induction day, and then you'll get before you actually start your classes. Sorry, I had an itch in my eye. So in the induction day, they just obviously take you to your specific classes. They take you again to the library, and they show you like your printing credits and whatnot. Also, they, you know, enroll you in for your like college card, so you can get in and out of college. And also, you know, if, like I said, if you have any college meals, you just swipe that in the cafeteria, or the dinner lady will do it for you. And then, you know, for my course anyway, they will show you to, you know where the toilets are, changing rooms, the spa as well, which is more used for beauty students, but you know, sometimes we would have to use them as well for like, you know, getting a certificate, like for doing nails, even though we never did nails in that. Hope that makes sense. But then they showed us like salons, the makeup studios and stuff like this, and also the classrooms are where we're going to be. It's just more in depth than the open day basically. Oh yeah, and also in your induction they will tell you about scheduled holidays that you'd have, obviously your timetable for the year. I think it was the same all year round for college, your timetable, whereas in university they'd switch it up every semester. Also they talk to you about, you know, like workshops that you can do and stuff like this. So then they will talk to you about reading week. So reading week is literally like half term for people at college and university and stuff. I know that not when it comes to university, reading week every uni has a different reading week, or some people just don't get reading week and stuff like that, which is a bit rough. I had reading week.
Wow.
So yeah, when reading week came, you had these workshops. So in these workshops, people from industry would come in, but obviously it had to be, these people were specific to your course. So if you were in sports, you'd have people from the sports industry that would come in, and obviously makeup people from the makeup and hair industry would come in and stuff like this, talk to you about how they got where they got and stuff, what to do, any tips and tricks. Like I said, workshops are a good place to ask questions. Just it's a brain picking situation. And then it will talk about your placements. So placements, I'll get onto that a lot more in depth in a second, but with placements, they usually happen towards the end of the academic year as well. Someone will sort them out for you and stuff like this. So I also want to explain to you guys the difference between college and university in this aspect. With college, they're still there to kind of like almost spoon feed you. I don't want to say spoon feed, because you know, you're becoming an adult now, you're learning what you like and stuff, just in general, not just with like college and stuff. You're finding out what type of people you like, in terms of friendship groups, like relationships and stuff like this. They do obviously have to guide you a lot more, because you know, it's because it's still like a, you know, it's college. I don't know how to explain it more than it's college and all like sixth form and stuff. So obviously you're gonna have like sixth form, you have your teachers and they're still there to guide you, whereas in university it's very much independent led. You had to ask the questions, you had to go out your way, and I will explain a lot more a bit with university when we get to the university video. But with college, obviously you're independent, but you're not solely independent. Oh yeah, and also in the induction, we would, at the very end of it, we would I think we had 2 or 3 hours in the college salon and stuff like this. So within that induction part, you would just you would work with someone, so you would be paired up with someone from your class, which is a good icebreaker, because you're kind of like, who do I go with, who do I mesh with and stuff. So thankfully I had like a really lovely person as well, so it was good. The tutor just wants to see what skills you know, whether that, and the skills could be anything. It could be like curling hair, like straightening hair, blow drying hair, styling hair, do you know what I mean? So just like anything. You didn't have to know it all, that's the one thing, you didn't have to know it all. We were all fresh within this sector, so even if you practice on yourself, they still wanted to see that. So going on to the portfolio / the coursework. With the coursework, this is where the folders come in, as you can see. Obviously I will do close-ups for you guys so you can see it a lot more. Oh, I look cute. So you can see it a lot more and stuff like this. So in here, this is where you'd keep all your assessments rather, should I say, coursework, placement certificates. What else do you keep in here? Also, you've got like workbooks in here. Okay, so now I'm going to get on to the checklist. Now this checklist was the bane of my existence at college. I did not like it at all. You're probably thinking, Janelle, this is tame. You had 2, 4, 6, you had 11, I'll blur this bit out. You had 11 modules. So these entailed the art of dressing hair, art of photographic makeup, client consultation for hair services, body art design, apply makeup, client care and communication in beauty related industries, follow health and safety practice in the salon, cut women's hair, colour and lighten hair, create an image based on a theme within the hair and beauty sector, which was, I'm pretty sure, was the very last one. They always did like a big thing at the end of the year, so I'm pretty sure that was the biggest one. And also themed face painting. So like I said, you're probably thinking, Janelle, piece of piss. No. Now, on 9 pieces of paper is a checklist. And this runs all throughout 9 pages. I don't know why there's a 10th page. There's nothing on it. So I'm pretty sure altogether there was 200 and something assessments that you had to complete within the year. So for instance, I'm just going to go over like one of them. For the art of dressing hair, you had to use stuff like a diffuser, a nozzle, a round brush, a flat brush, and then you had to have a blow dry on someone with a hair above the shoulder, below the shoulder. You had to do a scalp plait, which I cannot do. I'm just about to do one now. And also on top of that, you had your supplementary evidence, which is you had to take pictures. Your supplementary evidence is basically just taking pictures and stuff like this just to prove that you've done it. So that's what you had to do. You had to do all of these things and you had to all get them ticked off in your assignment, like assessment sheets as well. So your assessment sheets look like this. They look like this. So in this you had to talk about what service you did. This is for hair, by the way. So was it a blow dry, was it a cut and finish, was it bleaching someone's hair? So this was a cut and finish. You have to talk about, is your client regular, are they new, do they have any contraindications? So a contraindication is something that a person has, so it could be a surgery, and a contra action is something that can occur during the treatment or after. So it could be like an allergic reaction or something like that, or it could be an infection like a sty or something, or a cut. And then at the very back the client would write a comment and stuff like this, and then they would put like, did the person who did the hair, so did I clean, did I sterilize, did I ask you questions, did I observe, did I test, and stuff like this. You also had to do a self-evaluation and stuff, and then you'd give it back to your assessor, which is your tutor, and they would mark it, and then once the marker would give it you back, you would then tick it off on your checklist. This would happen for all of your 11 modules that you all had to complete. So the way to do it quicker, you were literally like, okay, so this is the art of dressing hair, okay? So the things that I had to look for was, is my client's hair above shoulder or below shoulder? She was above shoulder. Did she have straight hair? Did she have curly hair? She had straight hair. So that's 2 already marked off the list. And what was the density and stuff? So the density, texture, you've already ticked them off. So literally, so that's 4 out of the 200 and something. Your head shape and your face shape, that counts as 1, so that's 5. You had to look at growth patterns, so that's 6. Elasticity, lifestyle. So literally, the more you ticked off this list, the more you could tick off your checklist. Before I move on, like I said, with this stuff and the assessments and your certificate, for the love of God, when you get that assessment back from your tutor, hole punch it or put it in a Polly Pocket and put it straight into your folder. You are responsible for that folder. If an assessment goes missing, they'll look through the whole folder, by the way, because you had to sort out everything. You had to condense your folder because obviously it takes up a lot of space, but you have to make sure that everything's in there. Or else if you lose that assessment and they said, why have you marked it off when you haven't done it, you're like, oh, I did do it, and they're like, well, there's no evidence that you did. You'd have to do that assessment again. So one thing I hate is that, you know, when you hole punch something and then it rips and then you have to keep hole punching everywhere. Okay, we're going to talk about if you failed an assessment, or sometimes this would happen. Thankfully it never happened to me, but obviously these things do happen. So if you failed an exam or an assessment, most of the exams were for makeup and stuff like this, rather than hair, because we were in the hair salon 3 times a week, I believe it was. Yeah, 3 times a week, and literally you could check it off so quickly. But when it came to makeup, that is when you had your exams. Josie and Lottie, if I'm wrong, please correct me, but I'm pretty sure that's how it went. So like I said, a lot of the exams were in the makeup studios where you would do the makeup, obviously. Okay, so if you were sick or absent, or you know, you failed the exam, there would be an exam week near towards the end of the academic year, which you would take and you would do your exam with the assessments. If all fails, you have your exam week. Going back to the whole module thing, you had either a written paper, supplementary evidence, written work, or assignments. So that would be like a photographic book where you would show what you've done, or a wiki, which was it was basically like an exam. And then you'd have your mood board, so you had to get those ones ticked off especially. So I want to talk to you guys about the wikis, the written paper, not the written work, because you can literally just research it in the library and stuff and you would just have to write it down, whereas your wiki and your written papers were your exams that you would take. So here's a little fact about me. The way that I got my grade was that I studied. There are some people in this world that are gifted with, they can look at something and they don't have to revise it, and they can get all the questions right, or a majority of the questions right. I'm not one of them people. I have to study. If you're like that as well, the things that I can just say to you in order for you to pass is get some index cards, write the question on one side and write the answer on the other, highlight, mind map, colour coordinate, so you can remember the key colours with different stuff. And the reason why I say revise, because because some of this is like hard. Like you have to remember contraindications, contractions. Those two are very easy to get mixed up. The muscles of the face, bones of the face. You have to remember health and safety, where certain things are in COSH, PPE and whatnot. So you have to learn this stuff as well. It'll help you out in the long run. Believe me, you're probably thinking, Jesus Christ, I don't want to do this. Neither did I, but it helps. So the way that they did it at UCB, you have 3 chances to pass. So if you fail for the 3rd time, the college take out money for you to do this paper and stuff like that, and it'll keep on happening until you pass. Some people didn't give a fuck. I think there was only one girl in my class that did that. Booklets as well that you had to complete and do. Health and safety, so COSH, control of substances hazardous to health. Because like I said, we were in the salon 3 days a week. We'd all have to take it in turns alphabetically to run the salon. So this was known as the salon manager duty. So you'd have a booklet like who had what jobs. You ran the salon for the day and whatnot. So it's really good. So now we're going to talk about the supplementary evidence, and again, especially for makeup, you had to take pictures of it and stuff like this. But yeah, so you had to take a picture of your work. You have to print this out, by the way, so you can use either, you know, your printer at home if you've got one, or you use your printing credits at college. Also with this supplementary evidence, like I briefly mentioned, you have to do like mood board, face and body chart. So in college, your face and body chart were very brief. So you would just write like the brand, what colour you would use, what shade it is, and you can do a little swatch and you just colour it in. I'll insert some videos and pictures of what mine was. Some of them, God, flipping awful. But when you get to level 3, you'll see how much I've elevated. Mood boards as well, it just gives you a background theme. It just gives you evidence of like what supports your idea and stuff like this. I'm guessing all of you that have done mood boards in the past. So yeah, you had to do like a few of them. Okay, so we're coming to the end.
I'm tired.
We are going on to placements. Like I said, this normally happened towards the end of the year, so I'd say February, March time. That's usually when ours happened. You don't sort out the placement. You have a placement tutor for the whole time you're at college and stuff like this. Whereas if you did placement at uni, you'd have to sort the placement out. This is just reiterating the point of you're very independent in uni, and we'll get more into that when the video comes out. So for level 2, I went to a special needs school because they were doing a fashion show, and so we had to paint the students' faces as like animals and stuff. And then for level 3, we did a week, but I think it was 2 weeks at the Crescent Theatre in Birmingham to do a play for a witness against the prosecution. Very hectic. With the hand booklet, you had to fill one of those out as well in order for you to pass. The hand booklet, it just covers who you should contact if anything was to happen, health and safety as well. The terms and conditions was just like what you should do, your placement attendance, which was important as well. You had to write down what you did, the date and the times you were there, the running time of the show, or like, well, the makeup and hair. Placements at college were compulsory, by the way. They weren't compulsory at uni, but I think it is good just to put on your CV as well. So I'm glad that college was compulsory for your placements. I briefly mentioned it again. You had this thing at the end of your college year which you would do something big. So in level 2, it was create an image based on a theme within the hair and beauty sector. I can't remember what I did. But in level 3, you had a fashion show and stuff, and this fashion show has been going on for years and stuff like that. So you'd have to sort out your clothes, your models, your hair and stuff like this. You would have to make the headpieces. So that was funny. It was very long. It was very stressful. It is quite a nice way to end, and you get, at the very end, you get to walk with all your models, and you find a newfound respect for people at fashion shows because it's very hectic. And I hope, guys, I haven't scared you off the amount of assessments and stuff like that, but I don't regret going to like college doing this course. That even there were moments I'm like, I wish I did a different course, but honestly, this is what I do enjoy doing. I do enjoy like doing people's makeup, my own hair, you know, making sure I look presentable, you know. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and the start of this series as well. I definitely will be doing some story times that have happened as well, probably mostly with uni rather than college. And yeah, so I'm just rattling on as I do, but I've been filming for nearly 2 hours and I'm done. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video once again, and yeah, I will see you in my next one. I don't know what it's gonna be yet, but this is probably coming out in the new year. So hope you guys had a lovely New Year's, and here's to 2021. She said oh wait, I'm thinking of 21. She said 221 and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a blessed day wherever you guys are in the world, and yes,